surprised if they're just watching. Oh, no, they're here.
My mom and my
Oh, okay.
stepdad, and then my dad and stepdad.
Oh, okay. Okay, but they're here watching. Okay. Are we ready? Judges, are we ready? Yes. Okay. Production team, are we ready? All right. My name is Joy Whiting, and I am the Apache County School Superintendent. And I am super happy to be here today with these kids who have worked really hard to earn their spot to be here, and the parents who've come here to support them and bring them. And I want to give a special thanks to all the parents and their efforts in helping these kids be successful and coming today and being here. We know that we're limited on who could come today, so we have a broadcast team on the loft. We appreciate them being here and helping us broadcast this great event for these kids. Just a couple of things. I learned something new, and I've been teaching for 25 years, and I just want to look at the kids for a minute. I learned that orthography is the study of spelling in the English language. That's a new vocabulary that I learned. But I'm not going to try to spell it for you, because over my 25 years of teaching, I'm a math teacher by trade. I don't know how to spell that well, so I've always admired peers and constituents and friends of mine growing up who were good spellers. So congratulations for being here today in my book, and I'm sure in everybody's book here. You're already winners, and I want you to know that, okay? So don't be nervous, try to relax and have a good time. I want to introduce our judges who can be here today. Miss Sue Ann Collins, Miss Alice Webb, and Miss Dolly Patterson. And I've known these ladies for a few years, and we're so grateful that they can be here. We appreciate your time. And we want to give a special thanks to Mrs. Olson, the St. John's Middle School principal, for hosting this event here with us today. And last but not least, Mrs. Mary Jo Rankovitz, who will be our pronouncer for today's spelling bee. We're grateful and appreciative to all of her work in helping us put this together. And also Miss Toby Overson. She's always in the behind scenes, but she's in the back over there. So thanks to Miss Toby. She works at the school superintendent's office, and she has coordinated everything for this event. So let's get started.
Thank you, Mrs. Whiting, and we are very happy to be hosting the Apache County Spelling Bee. The way that this works is the student who wins the spelling bee this year, their school hosts next year. So we've had a little run of St. John's kids winning the Apache County Spelling Bee, so we're not new to this hosting, so thank you. Before I start with the rules, we have asked a St. John's student to lead the Pledge of Allegiance, so Caitlin Nelson, if you'll come up to this microphone, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, ready? Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Caitlin. All right. So, of course, we'll need to get the technicalities fixed before we start the actual spelling bee. So, while I go over the rules, please let Mrs. Overson in the back know if you think something needs to be done differently with the microphone, okay? And Mrs. Overson at the back table there will also be the person that a parent or a school member can go to take any concerns, or what do we call it, complaint, not complaints, but appeals, thank you, an appeal, okay? So, the rules, I'm going to go ahead and read these rules. And so this is for the people in the audience and for you guys on stage, okay? The role of the pronouncer. Okay, I'm wondering if that's my microphone. I'm holding it way far away. Okay, let me try this. Could it be this? it might be because I have the loft one as well. That's better. Okay. All right. So can you hear me, loft? Okay, great. All right. So my role as the pronouncer is to correctly pronounce the word. I will give a sentence definition and other information about the word at the speller's request. So you can ask for any of those, and I'm sure you guys remember that from your school spelling bee. If you think that the word may be pronounced differently, you can provide the alternate pronunciation and ask me if the dictionary lists a pronunciation provided that you provide, okay? If a word has one or more pronunciations, if the word has one or more homonyms, then I will indicate which of these is to be spelled, and if the listed word is not properly identified either by defining it or distinguishing the homonyms, any correct spelling of any homonym will be accepted. I will not entertain root word questions or requests for alternate definitions or requests for markedly slower pronunciation, okay? I will grant all such requests, all other requests if the judges allow me to, okay? I will make every effort to pronounce the words according to the diacritical markings in the Scripps National Spelling Bee word list, and these all came from Webster's Third International Dictionary, and so we will be using the Merriam-Webster's Dictionary for any concerns or pronunciation topics, okay? Your role as spellers is to gather as much information as possible from me and to help you spell the word correctly. And then it's your job to spell the word correctly. After I give you a word, you should face the judges here so that they can see your lips, and of course on the microphone as well. And you should spell the word. You will not be eliminated if you pronounce the word incorrectly, but you will be eliminated if you spell the word incorrectly. If you start to spell a word incorrectly, you can go back and respell it, but you're still out because the judges have to take the very first spelling that you give us, okay? So you may also request to me to pronounce the word again. You can ask me to give you the definition. You can ask me to use it in a sentence. You can ask for the language origin of a word. If you're starting to spell a word, you can stop and start over, but you have to spell, in order to be in the competition still, you have to spell it exactly the way that you started spelling it the first time. So like I said before, if you start to spell a word incorrectly, then you can go back and respell it, but you will still be out, okay? But you can't, if you respell it the exact same way, then you will still be in the competition if you spell it correctly. All right, so the role of the judges is to determine whether the speller has spelled the word correctly. So seeing the speller's lips is important, but not critical, and then that will be up to you judges. The judges should participate in the exchange of information between the speller and pronouncer. If you feel that clarification is needed, the judges can stop me and have me clarify further. The judges should also listen carefully to the speller's pronunciation of the word, and if they sense that a speller has misunderstood the word, then you can work with the speller and myself until you, judges, are satisfied that a reasonable attempt has been made to assist the speller in understanding the word. While the judges attempt to detect a speller's misunderstanding, it's sometimes impossible to detect a misunderstanding until the spelling error is made, and the judges are not responsible for the speller's misunderstanding. The judges may disqualify a speller who either refuses a request to start spelling, who does not approach, or a student who does not approach the microphone when it's time to receive the word. They can disqualify a student who does not comply with the eligibility requirements, and the superintendent's office has made sure that you guys all met all the requirements. They can disqualify a student who engages in unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought somebody was tapping me. Okay. A speller, the judges can disqualify a speller who, in the process of spelling, utters unintelligible or nonsensical sounds. They can disqualify someone who, in the process of retracing a spelling from the beginning, changes the order of letters or their sequence from the first word first pronounced. The judges may not disqualify a speller for failing to pronounce the word correctly, so that's not as important. They may not disqualify a student for asking a question or for noting or failing to note capitalization, the presence of a diacritical mark, the presence of a hyphen, or any other form of punctuation or spacing. That's not important in your spelling of the word, okay? The judges are in complete control of the B, and their decision is final on all questions. So the procedure that we will follow today, we will have the spelling bee conducted in rounds. Each contestant remaining in the bee at the start of a round shall spell one word in the round, and then there is the exception, which we will get to in a second, the exception of when you get out, okay? Upon misspelling the word, a speller is out of the contest, but we ask you to sit back in your chair until the end of the round, because we want to make sure that the next person who spells a different word spells it correctly. If everybody in the round spells a word incorrectly, then all the participants are still in that round, okay? So the round, the person gets out only when the next person spells a different word incorrectly. We do not give you the same word, we do not give two spellers the exact same word. If none of the spellers remaining in the spelling bee at the start of a round, the end of the spelling bee procedure. If none of the spellers remaining in the spelling bee at the start of a round spells a word correctly during that round, all remain in the competition, and so that's kind of what I just said. But if one speller spells it correctly, then we will go to a new word. So, very important, if a speller misspells the anticipated championship word, so when we get down to one person, and let's say there's two people and one of them spelled a word incorrectly, the last person that is still in the round spells a word and then another word correctly. So that that person has to win the final round. So the final round will be the last person spelling one more word correctly. Any questions relating to the spelling of a word shall be referred to Mrs. Overson in the back immediately. Appeals may be filed by a parent, a legal guardian, or a teacher of the speller who is seeking reinstatement in the contest. The judges will not entertain appeals from individuals seeking to dislodge another speller from the competition. The deadline for filing an appeal is before the speller affected would have received his or her next word, and had he or she stayed in the competition. No appeal will be entertained after that word has been given to another speller. When only two spellers remain, an appeal must be made immediately. That is, before a new word is given to the other speller. A protest would state the word in question, the name of the speller, and the reason for the protest. The protest must be, it must be in writing, but I think that Mrs. Overson has pencils and papers back there. And if you want to make an appeal, ask Mrs. Overson to stop the bee immediately, okay? Everyone is asked to remain respectful and quiet, and please don't coach or mouth the words or any spellings, and please no unnecessary noise. So thank you very much for listening to all the rules, and I think you guys just pretty much know all these rules, huh? So what I'm going to do is we are going to have a first round that's just a warm-up practice round. If you miss the word in this round, then you are not going to be disqualified. But after this first warm-up round, you must spell every word correctly or you will be out of the competition, okay? All right, so does everybody feel good about the sound on the microphone? Okay, all right. And during this round, we will work on making sure that the microphone here works. We are trying to be safe as far as cleanliness goes and the virus. So all of the spellers have had hand sanitizer on their hands, and probably after each couple of rounds, we'll go ahead and give another round of hand sanitizer. And we would like you to stand about 6 inches away from the microphone, and that's where we're going to try to get it perfect for the crowd, okay? So, Mrs. Overson, I need a list of the students where they're seated, ma'am. So when I'm pronouncing the word, I will look right at the speller, and I am pronouncing the word for you, okay? Did you leave it up here, ma'am? Okay. Okay, it's not here, so what I can do is, if I have a pencil, I can write down their names. No problem at all. We're good. Okay, no problem. Do you guys have an extra pencil? Okay, the judges have an extra pencil. Shay in C3, and Bryson in C4, and Alan in C5, and Caitlin in C6. Right? Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, this is working together. Thank you. All right, and before we begin, let us introduce our spellers, and then we will start calling them up to the microphone. In C1, we have Alicia Sloan from Alpine Elementary School. In C2, we have Haley Jane Hernandez from Concho School. In C3, we have Shay Barentine from Round Valley School. In C4, we have Bryson Settle from Round Valley Unified School District. In C5, we have Alan Tryon from St. John's Unified School District. And in C6, we have Caitlin Nielsen from St. John's Unified School District. All right, let's begin this warm-up round. Alicia, come on up to the microphone and try to stand about 6 inches away, and you are allowed to kind of turn it upwards a little bit. Good job, thank you for being careful with it. And Alicia, your word is groundhog.
Groundhog. Groundhog. Groundhog.
And then and the judges will say correct. Okay. If you hear a bell, that means you spelled it incorrectly. Okay? Thank you, judges. Haley?
Dentist. D-E-N-T-I-S-T. Dentist.
Should we, we'll hold the applause till the end of the round. Good job, parents. You guys already figured that out. Okay. Shay. Your word is painful.
Painful. P-A-I-N-F-U-L. Painful.
Four. Bryson. Your word is daughter.
Daughter. D-A-U-G-H-T-E-R. Daughter.
Alan. Your word is volcano.
Volcano. V-O-L-C-A-N-O. Volcano.
Caitlin. Your word, Caitlin, your word is lava.
Lava. L-A-V-A. Lava.
And now, good job, guys. You completed the warm-up round. So I'm so sorry, guys. All right, let's get this Apache County Spelling Bee on the road. Alicia? Your word is wand.
Wand. W-A-N-D. Wand.
Haley? Your word is yammer.
Can you please repeat it?
Yammer.
Yammer. Y-A-M-M-E-R. Yammer.
Shay. This word has a homonym. Bask. This word is a verb, and the definition is to lie in or expose oneself to a pleasant warmth or atmosphere. Bask.
Bask. B-A-S-K. Bask.
Bryson, your word has a homonym. Season. It is a noun, and the definition is a particular period of the year as the annual period during which a plant produces its fruit, flower, or other economic part. Season.
Season. S-E-A-S-O-N. Season.
Alan, your word is target.
Target. T-A-R-G-E-T. Target.
Caitlin, this word has a homonym. Bias. It is a noun, and the definition is an inclination of temperament or outlook, prejudice. Bias.
Bias. B-I-A-S. Bias.
Congratulations on completing round one. Trying to get a microphone unstuck. 2. Here we go. Alicia, your word has a near homonym, chide. It is a verb. The definition is to voice disapproval to, for some shortcoming, now often mildly and charitably as a parent, mentor, or friend, critic in the interests of amendment or improvement. Chide.
Chide. C-H-I-D-E. Chide.
Haley, your word has a homonym. Your word is knack. It is a noun, and the definition is a special ready capacity that is hard to analyze or teach for dexterous, adroit performance, especially of the unusual, technical, or difficult. Knack.
Knack. K-N-A-C-K. Knack.
Shay. This word could be confused with a similar word, rocket. It is a verb, and the definition is to travel rapidly. Rocket.
Rocket. R-O-C-K-E-T. Rocket.
Bryson, your word is twitchy.
Twitchy. T-W-I-T-C-H-Y. Twitchy.
Alan, your word is hardtack.
Can you repeat?
Hardtack.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Yes. Hardtack was a wildly disliked ration for soldiers on both sides of the American Civil War. Hardtack.
Hardtack. H-E-A-R-T-A-C-K. Hardtack.
Caitlin, your word is bother. Before we go on, it's a near homonym. It is a verb, and the definition is to force unwelcome attention or company on, to pester or disturb. Bother.
Bother. B-O-T-H-E-R. Bother.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of round 2. Thank you. And Alan, you may thank you for participating, and you did a great job. Good, ladies? Okay. The first word of the second round for Alicia is vouch.
Vouch. V-O-U-C-H. Vouch.
Haley, this word could be confused with a similar word, grumbling. It is a verb, and the definition is expressing dissatisfaction, especially in a low, harsh voice and surly manner. Grumbling.
Grumbling. G-R-U-M-B-L-I-N-G. Grumbling.
Shay, your word is humane.
Humane. H-U-M-A-N-E. Humane.
Bryson, your word is dwindled.
Dwindled. DWINDLED.
Caitlin, your word is fragile.
Fragile. FRAGILE.
Okay, thank you. Very good job on round 3. And if you missed your word, you may go sit down. And great job making it this far. Okay. Alicia, your word is meekness.
Can you repeat the word?
Meekness.
Meekness. MEEKNESS. Meekness.
Haley, your word is oblong.
Can you repeat it, please?
Oblong.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Martha selected glasses with round frames to complement the oblong shape of her face. Oblong.
Oblong. OBLONG. Oblong.
Shay, your word is stage struck.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Stage struck.
Stage struck. STAGESTRUCK. Stage struck.
Caitlin, your word could be confused with a similar word. Pellet. It is a noun, and the definition is a usually small, round, or spherical body, a little ball. Pellet.
Pellet. PELLET.
Okay. Good job on round 4, and I don't think we had anyone out that round. Good job. Alicia, your word is leeway.
Leeway. LEEWAY. Leeway.
Haley, your word is forage.
Forage. FORAJE.
Shay, your word could be confused with a similar word. System. It's a noun, and the definition is a group of related natural objects or forces. System.
System. SYSTEM. System.
Caitlin, your word is dare say.
Dare say. DARESAY. Dare say.
Good job on round 4, and thank you, Haley. Great job. Okay, this word has a homonym, twee. It is an adjective, and the definition is affectedly or excessively dainty, delicate, cute, or quaint. Twee.
Twee. TWEE. Twee.
Okay, Shay, Your word is far-fetched.
Far-fetched. Farfetched. Far-fetched.
Caitlin, this word could be confused with a similar word, omen. It's a noun, and the definition is an occurrence or phenomenon believed to pretend or show the character of a future event. Omen.
Omen. O-M-E-N.
Okay, that's the end of round 5. Great job. Okay, Alicia, the first word of round 6. This word could be confused with, sorry, I'm moving on. I'm just reading, there's a little bit of definition with this word. Okay, so I can just go on, right? Okay. Your word is fuddy-duddy.
Fuddy-duddy. F-U-D-D-Y-D-U-D-D-Y. Fuddy-duddy.
Shay, this word could be confused with a similar word, botch. It's a verb, and the definition is to make a mess of thorough clumsiness or lack of ability, and I'm going to say that again because I stumbled. This word could be confused with a similar word, botch. It's a verb, and the definition is to make a mess of thorough clumsiness or lack of ability, botch.
Botch. B-O-C-H. Botch.
Just 1 second. I just have to talk to the judges real quick. Oh, this one. Got that one off. Okay, sorry. Okay, Caitlin, got that worked out. Your word is bobble.
Bobble. B-O-B-B-L-E.
Okay, you know what, Caitlin? Okay, that was good. Okay, thank you. Good job. Okay, that was a homonym. Okay, that was the confusion of it because it can be pronounced a couple ways. So, all right. So that is the end of round 7. I've been saying the rounds incorrectly. So now the beginning, and thank you, good job for getting this far. All right, so Caitlin, you can come on up and sit in the front row now. And we are down to our last 2 contestants. Shay, congratulations on 3rd place. You have secured yourself the 3rd place trophy. Great job. All right, so we are down to our final 2, and just like I said before, every time, we'll start with Elisa and we will end with Caitlin, and that will be the end of a round. After one of you spells a word incorrectly, then the other person must spell their next word correctly and then spell the next word of their next round correctly, okay? So, congratulations, you guys are first and second for sure, okay? So, Alicia, the first word of this round is dilly-dally.
Dilly-dally. D-I-L-L-Y-D-A-L-L-Y. Dilly-dally.
Caitlin, your word is dialect.
Dialect. D-I-A-L-E-C-T.
Great job. That was round 8. Beginning of round 9. Am I right on round 9? Okay. Alicia, your word is incentive.
Incentive. I-N-S-E-N-T-I-V-E. Incentive.
Caitlin, your word is abandon.
Abandon. A-B-A-N-D-O-N.
Okay, so Caitlin, stay up there. That was the end of round 9, and now this is round 10. If you spell your word correctly, you are the Apache County 2021 champion. If you spell it incorrectly, then you and Alicia will continue on with rounds, okay? This word has a homonym, peat. It is a noun, and the definition is a piece of turf cut for use as fuel, peat.
Peat. P-E-A-T.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our 2021 Apache County Spelling Bee champion and our 2021 runner-up. Congratulations, Alicia and Caitlin. And I will turn the microphone out back to our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Whiting.
Which microphone am I on? My fault. Okay, while the kids are making their way back up here, again, we just want to thank all the parents for your support and being here today, our judges for helping out and checking the words spelled correctly, and of course, Mrs. Reykjavitz for pronouncing. And I wanted just to recognize the teachers who came here today. I think it's wonderful that the teachers have been so supportive and been here. Mr. Lazoya, did I say that right? Mr. Lazoya from Round Valley. And Mrs. Brady and Mrs. Hinton from Alpine. Thank you for being here. And then, of course, Mrs. Olson from St. John's Middle School hosting the bee today. All right, so kids, we have some certificates for you and some goodie bags, and then we'll give away the trophies. So again, congratulations for being here and making it this far. Like I said at the beginning, you are all winners, and I want you to be very proud of yourselves for having accomplished this and being able to come to this county spelling bee. First off, let's see. Do I have a concho teacher here? Oh, Mrs. Bell, she works in the superintendent's office, right? Thank you for being here as well. Thank you, Sue Ann. That's okay. All right, Alicia Sloan. Here is your certificate and your goodie bag. Javier Jessup. He is, come up here, Javier. Javier was an alternate, but we have a certificate for him, so if something were to happen, then he would have participated. Haley. Go ahead and applaud. Thank you. Milani. She was not able to make it. She's a runner-up, but we want to recognize her anyway because she made it as an alternate. Caitlin Nelson. Alan Tryon. Titan Lee. Titan is also an alternate as he makes his way up here. Here you go, Titan. You can stand right. You want to see it. Shay Barentine. Shay a round of applause. Everybody guys. Okay. And Bryson Settle. All right, now for the awards ceremony. We have the trophies down here. So, first off, we have second runner-up. That went to Shay, right? All right, look at these trophies. Here you go. Congratulations. Okay, and then first runner-up is Alicia. And here is your trophy. Woohoo. And the champion, Caitlin Nilsson. Okay, so can we come in for just a picture really quickly with the alternates too? Come in for a picture really quickly. Anybody who wants a mom, dad? So let's move these chairs back just a little bit so we can get a good picture. We don't want to stand. Okay. Should we move the microphone? Let me move the microphone out of the way. Hold on.